Have you ever tried to explain what the color red looks like to someone who's been blind since birth? You can't, not even a little. You can talk about fire, blood, or heat, but you won't get close. And that says something deep, not just about color, but about reality itself. Welcome to Lazy Animal. Sit back and relax, and I will tell you a story. Let's dive right into today's video. Today, we're going to the outer edge of language, perception, and maybe even consciousness. What is color, really? Color doesn't exist in the world. A tomato isn't red. It simply reflects light at a certain wavelength. Your brain interprets that wavelength as redness. So what we call color isn't out there, it's in here, in your mind. It's a qualia, a purely subjective experience. It is a term used in philosophy to describe individual subjective experiences, the raw feeling of what something is like. These aren't just data, they're experiences. But if someone has never had sight, how would you ever describe that experience? If I say red is like fire, that means nothing to someone who's never seen fire. If I say red feels warm, I'm confusing color with temperature. There's simply no way to translate color into touch, sound, taste, or smell. The blind person doesn't just lack the experience, they lack the entire channel through which that experience occurs. Color isn't just hard to describe, it's fundamentally unreachable to someone who doesn't have vision. But wait, aren't all senses hard to describe? Taste, smell, pain? Yes, they're hard to explain too. And this is an important clue. What does chocolate taste like? What does gasoline smell like? What does muscle soreness feel like? You can try. You can say things like it's sweet, or it burns, or it tingles. But here's the difference. If someone has a sense of taste, or smell, or touch, you at least have a shared language. You're both playing on the same board. But with color, you're not even in the same game. You can't even start. Here's where it gets even deeper. This problem, the fact that color can't be explained, points straight into the mystery of consciousness. Philosophers call it the heart problem. How brains turn signals into experience. We understand light waves. We understand how the brain processes them, but how does that become the feeling of red? No one knows. And no one knows how to describe it to someone who doesn't already have it. What happens if we meet aliens, creatures with intelligence but no eyes? How would we explain a sunset? Or what if artificial intelligence becomes conscious? Would it see color or just process data about wavelengths? Maybe there are beings out there who experience reality in ways we can't even imagine. Maybe there are colors we'll never see, not because they don't exist, but because we don't have the senses for them. Just like the blind can't imagine color, maybe we're blind to entire dimensions of experience. And in fact, we already know that's true. There are colors we can't see, not because they don't exist, but because our eyes weren't built to see them. Humans only have 3 types of color receptors: red, green, and blue. But light exists far beyond that: ultraviolet, infrared, wavelengths buzzing all around us that we'll never experience directly. Some animals can see those colors. Bees see ultraviolet, snakes can sense infrared heat. To them, the world probably looks completely different, full of colors we can't even imagine. Colors that are real, but forever invisible to us. So to summarize, we can say that the things we can't describe are all tied to our senses. Just like color can't be described to someone who is blind, music can't be described to someone who is deaf, or scent to someone without a sense of smell. Everything else can be explained through comparisons or metaphors, but because the senses are fundamental, It's impossible to describe them if a person lacks the ability to experience them. It shows us that language has limits, that reality might be far richer than we can ever describe. It reminds us that no one can ever fully know what someone else is experiencing. And maybe, just maybe, there's always something more, something we don't even know we're missing. And that is a kind of miracle. That's all for today. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.